Let's stay with this and speak to Alexey Muraviev, who's an Associate Professor of National Security and Strategic Studies at Australia's Curtin University. Professor, thanks so much for your time. How much will this action by Lithuania affect Kaliningrad and the Baltic fleet?
Look, it's not going to be catastrophic for the Russians. It would certainly increase the transit cost because they still have an option of shipping stuff in by using ferries from St. Petersburg area all the way around the Baltic Sea, Baltic states to Kaliningrad. But obviously that can still be a part of Russia's supply chain. But given the transit times increases, given the shipment cost increases, it will obviously make this whole proposition far less attractive to the Russians, particularly if we're talking about exporting goods, because then they have to basically lift their prices or hike their prices and obviously charge more. But clearly, it also gives the Russians extra sense of vulnerability, specifically with regards to possible escalation scenarios where Kaliningrad exclave will be literally overnight surrounded by NATO. And obviously, this is what the Russians won't be able to afford from the viewpoint of national security. And there have been multiple warnings about the fact that if the Russians will be pushed into the corner, they will try to get through the Suwalki Gap, the strategic corridor that would allow them to reconnect the exclave with mainland Russia.
What do you make of the overall threat that Russia poses to the Baltic states? Lithuania, I believe, was the first of the Baltic states to declare its independence. Mikhail Gorbachev, he recognized officially that independence, but there's a move in the Duma, in the parliament in Moscow, for those recognitions of independence of the Baltic states to be removed, which would therefore, do you think, possibly give Russia some sort of legal recourse towards taking action in that region?
Well, look, I mean, the way how the Moscow behaves right now, they can effectively make up their own rules. I mean, the fact that Russia's parliament already proposed to revoke the border agreement between Russia and Lithuania suggests that the Russians may simply say, you know, what we as Russia, as the legal successor of the Soviet Union, gave to you is not really yours. I mean, this is what Putin has been using in Ukraine all this time by simply saying, well, we are not really annexing your territory. We're returning back our historical lands, and we're not doing anything unlawful in this sense. The problem that the Baltics are facing is twofold. One, strategic geography. The Baltic states provide NATO with an ideal launchpad against heartland Russia. For example, if you launch strikes from Estonia, you'll find yourself within minutes of reaching St. Petersburg, Russia's second largest city. And in fact, the vulnerability of then Leningrad prior to the Second World War triggered Russia to invade Finland back in late 1939. The Baltics used to be important for Russia's transit because of their port infrastructure, but the Russians kind of really gradually abandoned it. The other problem that the Baltics are facing, they don't have the army, they don't have the military. They are not Ukraine, they are not even Poland, they are not even Romania for that instance. Their combined force is no more than one standing army division for the three Baltic states. So if Russia really wants to overtake the Baltics, they won't have the same problems and challenges that they're now facing in Ukraine. They will do it very, very quickly. Also because there are a lot of sympathizers in the Baltic states, ethnic Russians who do not have citizenship rights. And obviously the Russians have been using this card to get them mobilized, to get their anger going. And certainly recent moves, say in Latvia, where the Latvian authorities decided to demolish World War II memorial, triggered a lot of anger among the local Russians. So the Russians will find sympathizers almost instantaneously should they choose to exercise the military option.
Professor, thank you so much indeed. Alexey Muraviev in Australia.